third student assignment. Brother Caleb Sathis will be considering the subject of Barak, the theme being serve Jehovah unselfishly. Brother Sathis, please. Things were looking very gloomy in Israel. The people were continuing to rebel for years. They wouldn't listen to the judgments and warnings that Jehovah gave them through Jeremiah. They threatened to kill Jeremiah, and now it seemed they actually banned him from even entering the temple. So Barak was assigned to assist Jeremiah. He was first going to write down the last 23 years of judgment messages, and then he was to read them aloud at the temple. Challenging assignment, wouldn't you agree? Barak was a professional secretary, so the writing part would have come naturally to him. And he was also a royal official, so he probably lived comfortably and was probably highly esteemed by others. Yet he was willing to put all that he had at risk to help Jehovah's prophet, who was now a social outcast. So what do we learn about Barak from this? Well, clearly he was someone who served Jehovah unselfishly. Wouldn't you agree? To be unselfish means to give up our own desires and comforts in order to help someone else, in this case to serve Jehovah. But did Barak struggle to be unselfish the way that you and I struggle with that? Yes, he did. Let's turn to Jeremiah chapter 45. And we'll see that he has some unrealistic personal goals that were bothering him. In Jeremiah 45 and verse 3, Barak had said, "Woe to me, for Jehovah has added grief to my pain. I am weary from my groaning, and I have found no resting place." Barak was feeling burned out. But why? Let's look at verse 5. Jehovah tells him, "You are seeking great things for yourself. Stop seeking such things. For I am about to bring a calamity on all flesh, declares Jehovah. And wherever you may go, I will grant you your life as a spoil." Yes, Barak had become too focused on the wrong things. Jehovah had to tell him, be realistic. Don't let these ambitions weigh you down and distract you from your assignment. Everything's going to be destroyed. Just serve me, and I will save your life. So what a beautiful reminder. Now, how can we use this information today to serve Jehovah unselfishly? Well, we can just ask ourselves a question. Do I have any ambitions that are distracting me from serving Jehovah fully? A second question we could ask ourselves is, how can I show Jehovah that serving him is my first concern in life? Now, did Barak listen to Jehovah's counsel? Yes, he did. He went on to do some challenging assignments. He read aloud that scroll to everyone at the temple. He read the judgment again in front of all the princes. And he went on to serve with Jeremiah for the next 18 years until Jerusalem was destroyed. And his life was saved as Jehovah had promised. So he applied the counsel. So that brings us to a third question that we can ask ourselves, which is, how can I challenge myself spiritually? What kind of goals could I set for myself? You know, goals keep us enthusiastic and they help us to grow. As long as we're growing, we know we're not slowing spiritually. So an example of a reachable but maybe challenging goal would be something simple like endeavoring to show interest in someone we meet informally and see if we can share scripture with them. And the more that we practice that, the more spiritual things will be on our mind. How about keeping in mind our assignment to clean the Kingdom Hall? It's easy to forget that kind of a thing, isn't it? And yet that is a way we show that this house matters to us. We can always think of new ways to show love to our brothers. You know, in whatever ways that we think we can do that, if do our best, we know Jehovah is pleased, and it keeps our minds focused on doing Jehovah's will. So, no matter what, let's always be content, knowing that Jehovah will save our life, our most precious possession, if we're like Barak and serve Jehovah unselfishly.